Welcome to Octopus Microfinance application. After logging into Octopus, there are a few things you will need to do to get started. Okay, the first point of call should be configuration. You go to configuration and you have to specify your domain of operation. By that I mean, where is your microfinance situated? Which cities or which villages or which towns are closer to you? Where do you operate? That is the meaning of this. Okay, so you go to provinces, districts and cities, click. Now you realize that I have been here already, so I've created some of these locations. I'm going to delete them and help you create new ones. Okay, so you click on location. So let's say our region of operation is central region. Add. Within central region we operate Cape Coast. Add. Within Cape Coast we have these towns. Amamoma, let's say Amamoma. Okay, let's see, another one is Quapro. Let's see, another one is Kwesi Pra. Okay, Kwesi Pra. So these are the locations. Of course, we can add another city or province or district under central region. So let's say Mankasim. So we do add. You realize it doesn't fall under Cape Coast. And then under the, let's say, Zongo, and let's say hospital, probably nurses quarters should do. Okay, yeah, things like this. See, so you are done specifying your domain or region of operation. Okay, so you can exit. Next, you have to specify what currencies your operations are going to be in. So you go to configuration, currencies. I've been here before, so I have Ghana cedi. There was US dollars by default. Okay, so click on update. Then if you do not have Ghana cedi, you're going to type Ghana cedi here, and then the code is the currency symbol, which is GHS. Then you click on add. I'm not going to add because I have it here already. Okay, but it's something you sure must do in order to denominate your currency or to classify your figures in a particular currency. The next thing you're going to have to do, back to configuration, is to talk about or specify the economic activity. Economic activity has to do with the kind of businesses or work that your clients are involved in. Okay, so I'll go to economic activity. You realize that I have been here before, so I've specified some of these things. It works on the same principle as the provinces, the district and the state. So I'm not going to delete these ones. Okay, but I have agriculture, under that I have farming and fishing, I have banking and petty trading. So you want to specify as much as possible the kinds of works that your clients or your customers are involved in. That is the essence of this. Okay, so you want to create a general one, you come to economic activity, you type. You want to create one under a particular heading, you click that heading, you type and add. That's how you go about it. Okay, all right, more of the beginning activities. You have to consider that there will be a number of users interacting with this system. In a typical organization setting, you have the cashiers, we have the loan officers, we have the managers, all of them accessing Octopus. Okay, so first you come to users, or first understand the roles that we have in Octopus. there are 5 main roles by default. We have the administrator role. Okay, the administrator role serves like the boss. He has control over all aspects of the system, similar to the superior role, but we have just one administrator, and we can have a lot of users who have superior roles. Okay, then we have the cashier role, the loan officer role, and then a visitor role for someone who's just visiting. And for all of these, you can specify what they can view, what they cannot view in the menu item and the action items, the options, and then the extensions. Okay, you can do a lot of things from here. And of course, you can create new rules by just clicking on new. You have the role title, the description, and then create. Okay, all right, it's as easy as that. Having understood the users or the roles, sorry, we can create more users. By default is the admin who has been created. So you see the username is admin, the role is the superior role, which can be changed from here, can be made an admin, can be still maintained as a superior role. Like I said, there's not much difference between the admin and the superior, just that the admin is just one person, and then the superior can be many people. Okay, many people having superior roles. All right, we have the first name, last name, email not set. The gender by default male is chosen, kind of being gender biased here. Octopus subordinate 0 for now, and then the phone number. Okay, you can add new users. Just click new and fill out these details, and then you are good to go. Just click save. All right, back to configuration. You realize that there are 3 main classifications, okay, of products that microfinances are involved in. We have the loans, the SUSU and savings, and then the collateral. We are going to be dealing with them in a while, but for now, let's look at some of the issues and the general settings. The general settings dialog has 4 tabs. Okay, the general settings, provision rules, holiday, and then loan scale. And the general setting, you get to specify some of the issues that relate to your business. For instance, accounting process. There are 2 main processes in this regard. We have the accrual system and then the cash system. The cash system deals with cash, the record and the presentation of a report based on cash transactions only, so it doesn't include credit transactions. Okay, yeah, but the accrual system does includes both cash and credit transactions. That's okay. We also go down and we have the MFI name for the name of the microfinance institution. So I typed in New Generation Microfinance as the name of the microfinance we are working with. You scroll down, probably up here to the country. If you've installed it newly, you realize here it's supposed to be Afghanistan, so you can change it to any country. Just type in the value over here and just click save. Okay, all right, now there's one thing you need to set. It says city is an open value. By default it's yes. What it means is that for every customer or client detail that you create, you have to type in the city. But if you have created, just as we saw earlier, under the provinces, the district, and the state, if you've created a list of cities or villages or towns where your operations cover, then you would not like to be typing every time. You'd like to pick from a list, okay, a predefined list. So instead of a yes, you set it to no and do a save. So it will say city is an open value, false. Now we work with groups. Okay, we work with groups in, sorry about this, we work with groups in Octopus, and here we have group main members. It means that the minimum number of people who can form a group for now is 3. You can change it to any number, okay, 5, 7, any number, and then you have the maximum. So these are some of the parameters that you can set. Some of them you definitely have to leave them as they are, but for some you understand them and you can make changes to them. The next thing within the general settings group is the provisioning rules. Okay, this has to do with loans given out. When you give out a loan, the possibility that it will not be paid is there. Okay, especially when the time frame specified for payment is exceeded. That's what we refer to as days past. Okay, so if we gave out a loan last year and it was supposed to be paid by yesterday, then today it is late by 1 day. That is the meaning. Okay, so you can make provisions for that. By provision, you mean you can specify a portion of the principal or the amount of the loan that should be written off as a loss in your income statement. Okay, so if the number of days past is 0 to 0, then make a provision of 2%. Or if it is passed by 1 day up to 30 days, make a provision of 10. So it flows down, and you can make changes to these values. For instance, if it's 0 to 0 and you want no provision, you can click on the line, come down here, change provision to 0 and click save. It will be updated. Okay, so it's open to editing. Right, you realize that it runs down to period 365 days is 1 year. Says that you write off the whole amount. If it's beyond 1 year, write off the whole amount. But we also have the possibility of rescheduling the loan. We will talk about rescheduling loans later in the course. The next issue under general settings is holidays. Okay, holidays are important because they help Octopus fix dates of repayment and other appointment. If we gave out a loan, for instance, today, and the first repayment, the first installment is supposed to be in a month, and the loan is supposed to be paid every month on a monthly basis, then Octopus will want to forecast that the next payment, if you look at this date, which is 13th October, okay, 13th October, the month first, and then Octopus can forecast that the first payment will be on 13th November. But what if 13th November or any day within this range was a holiday, okay, where your organization will not open? Okay, Octopus will expect that you specify that date so that it can factor it in. So once you specify that date, Octopus will include it in the computation or the forecasting, so that it doesn't fix a repayment on that day, but rather push it a step ahead. So that's the essence of holidays in Octopus. Finally, in relation to general settings is the loan scale. This has to do with the classification of loans given out. Once again, you can modify this, but by default, if you give out a loan of 1 Ghana cedi up to 100 Ghana cedi, it is rated as 1. 101 to 500 is rated as 2. This is just for reporting purposes. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just for internal reporting purposes. Once again, you can modify it to suit your organization's preference. So friends, you install Octopus for the first time, and these are some of the basic things you would have to be doing. Okay, in the next videos we'll be looking at the products you'll be offering and other issues relating to accounting, and then the rest. See you then.